Have you ever felt like there's something different in the air? That sense that something is being carefully orchestrated behind the scenes, far from the cameras, the spotlight, and even the loudest headlines, as if an important move is underway, but handled with total discretion. Well, that's exactly the atmosphere right now inside the corridors of St. James Park, the kind of mood every switched-on supporter recognizes. Too much silence usually means something serious is about to happen, and it's not just a passing feeling. Over the past few days, the signs have become clearer, even if officially, nothing has been confirmed. Message exchanges, quiet movements behind the scenes, names circulating within tight circles of trust, all without any fuss. But anyone familiar with the inner workings of English football knows that when these signals start appearing together, it's rarely a coincidence. There's a strategy in play. And more than that, Newcastle United has a specific target in sight, by the way. If you're a Magpies supporter and you're always on the lookout for exclusive updates on what's happening behind the scenes at the club, now's the perfect time to join our community. Click the subscribe button here on the channel. It's quick, free, and you'll become part of a team that's always one step ahead when it comes to Newcastle. Your subscription helps keep this work alive and motivates us to keep bringing you content like this straight from the heart of the club. Now, back to the mystery that's starting to take shape. Over the past month, some sources began cautiously mentioning the possibility of a South American name entering Newcastle's radar. Nothing concrete, just a few scattered rumors here and there, but enough to spark curiosity among those who follow the transfer market. And as we know, the club has shown increasing interest in South American talent in recent years. The technical style, the hunger, and the value for money of certain players make these investments very attractive. Then, last Thursday night, everything changed. That's when respected journalist Joel Bland, contributor to UFC blog, one of the fanbase's most followed sources, dropped a bombshell update. After teasing big news on X, formerly Twitter, he published an exclusive article revealing the name that had been kept under wraps. Rodrigo Muniz, the 24-year-old Brazilian striker currently at Fulham, is the player Newcastle United reportedly met with last month. According to Bland, the club wants to bring him in during this transfer window. The news hit like lightning on a cloudy day. Many were still trying to decode the Portuguese hint in Joel's original post, which had led some fans to speculate names like Joel Pedro, Matos Cunha, or even N. But the actual reveal was a surprise. Rodrigo Muniz, a name that hadn't been on most people's radar, but now suddenly feels like a serious candidate. The source, on UFC blog itself, backed by Bland's direct reporting, which adds a strong layer of credibility to the story. Naturally, the reaction on social media was immediate. As expected, the fan base was divided. Some supporters argued that the £50 million asking price by Fulham is absurd, especially for a player who hasn't fully established himself in the Premier League. Others, however, see Muniz as a raw gem who could truly blossom under Eddie Howe. After all, he scored 8 goals and registered 1 assist last season for Fulham. Not extraordinary, but within the context of Fulham's campaign, those are numbers worth noting. His recent record also shows consistency. In the previous season, despite fewer appearances, Muniz still netted 9 times and provided another assist. He may not be the type of name that makes fans gasp with excitement upon announcement, but there's something there. A quiet solidity, clear potential for growth, and a playing style that could fit well with Newcastle's current squad. And when it comes to squad depth, Newcastle knows it needs alternatives to Isaac, especially with Callum Wilson struggling with recurring injuries and a European campaign ahead. In fact, if you've been following this channel for a while, you already know how these early discreet moves often develop. So don't wait around if you haven't subscribed yet. Now is the perfect time to join our community. Every new subscriber helps support quality content and keeps you ahead of the mainstream media. Hit that bell too, so you don't miss a single update, because the Rodrigo Muniz saga is only just beginning. Back to the deal. According to Bland's article, Newcastle aren't alone in this race. At least 2 other Premier League clubs have reportedly met with Muniz's representatives in recent weeks. This reinforces the idea that the striker really is at the center of a serious transfer battle, which might explain the strategic silence around his name until now. But here's an important detail. All signs point to Fulham being open to negotiations, as long as the offer is deemed fair. And this is where Newcastle's boardroom skills come into play. The club has already shown, in past windows, that it knows how to handle complex negotiations. The key often lies in adding variables, performance bonuses, resale clauses, and add-ons, all of which can help lower the initial fixed fee. And considering that Muniz still has room to grow, a smart deal could turn this gamble into a great medium-term success, especially if he arrives alongside Willow Sula, another name being considered to strengthen the attacking rotation. It's worth emphasizing, despite the talks, nothing has been finalized yet. The meeting between Muniz's camp and Newcastle did happen. That much is confirmed by UFC blog sources. However, how the deal progresses now depends on several factors. Fulham's willingness to negotiate, the final fee agreed, and of course, Eddie Howe's approval, who plays a key role in all signings. The manager has made it clear he only wants players who fit the squad both tactically and mentally. And in that regard, Muniz still has to prove he ticks all the boxes. What's interesting is how the club is now targeting names outside the traditional mold. Instead of focusing solely on big money, well-established players, the strategy seems to be shifting towards those with high potential who can grow within the club's sporting project. Rodrigo Muniz represents exactly that, an investment that can mature alongside the team, without upsetting the club's financial balance. And let's be honest, finding players like that nowadays is no easy task. And since we're talking behind the scenes, this is the perfect time to give the video a like. It really helps spread this content to more fans who want to know what's really happening at Newcastle United. And of course, share it with that mate who's always asking, who are we signing next? They'll find their answers here, before anyone else. This transfer window promises to be busy, with the need to strengthen the squad but stay within financial fair play limits. Newcastle is expected to go after exactly this kind of player. Young, with room to develop, and motivated to take the next step in their career. Muniz fits that profile perfectly. And the fact that the club has already met with his camp shows there's more to this than surface-level interest. There's a genuine plan. And to finish on a strong note, it's worth remembering that the football world is often shaped by details. One meeting, one conversation, one unexpected offer, any of these can shift the course of a transfer. That's why it's crucial to keep following every step the club takes during this window, and that's exactly what we'll be doing here on the channel, bringing you all the latest from behind the scenes with clarity, credibility, and no fluff.